because she's just pretty much been like fight or flight. So she either had one way or the other. There's never that in between. Because like if somebody take your ball, you know, you just don't snatch it back. You be like, you know, you first learn how to be proper and nice. Hi, can I have my ball back? But then, you know, you say, hey, if you give me my ball, you know, you negotiate. You learn different skills in childhood, and she didn't have that. And so that just really gave me a lot of insight on why she's so hellish sometimes. Yeah. Because she's been through a lot. I really don't think she's ready to deal with it. I don't think she's ready to really open up and receive everything because it's so painful for her. I still feel like there's a shell up. Like,
I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, it's a process to work through. Like, just seeing how she reacted to seeing the room where her father died. Like, it's a lot of layers she is gonna have to get through. But at least she went back to know this is why and this is what I need to work on. So I feel like it's with anybody, it's an ongoing process. So when she talks about Heavenly being on her journey, she's really on a journey. Yeah.
I just wonder if she's going to be able to. It's almost like she's closed off to even receiving that she needs the help. Like, even though she's opening up and telling her story about her life, she's still so defensive.
Well, it's not going to change overnight. And she is open if she's seeing a somewhat, I guess, professional.
Girl, he
got her to the point to say, hey, why don't you go back home to revisit that?
That's true.
I feel like she's starting to do the real work of it. Yeah. You know, I kind of like Dr. Heavenly.
You just like her messiness.
I mean,
you like people who you really want to be like, but you can't do it because you have a conscience.
Messy.
You like Chad?
But Chad really isn't messy. He just say crazy stuff.
Okay, so anyways, moving on. Dr. Heavenly, I just like her and Daddy. But you know what? I just still think like she's calling that dude Daddy. Like when I was looking at her.
But I feel like she just kind of, when I see them together and like her role with him, like she lives into that old school role. And back in the day, people used to call their husbands daddy.
But she says that her father used to beat her too.
Oh, I didn't hear her say that.
Yeah, she said that her dad would like pop them, and he would come back from the military and he would have all these crazy rules. And so she probably had a smart mouth too.
Yeah.
But let me scoot back. That doesn't mean that she gets popped. But you know, in our culture.
My child.
I know that. But, you know, in the other world, we're not supposed to pop our kids. You know?
Okay, whatever.
But I'm just saying, like, I think there's something. I'm waiting to see what else we're going to discover with her journey. Because I think there's something there with her father.
It probably is. And, I mean, especially if he had that strict military background and he wanted to rule the house like that. That is an issue.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So then what else happened? Well, Contessa, she went and she had her surgery. And that lady is so strong.
She worked that morning like everything was so normal.
I was like, that's why I had to watch it twice. I was like, okay, so she got up and I could tell the way she was whipping up them pancakes that she was like, you know, like stressed out, like weird about it.
You can see it on her face.
You can see it on her face, but she still, like when the kids came on, she was like, hey, mommy, you know, she may not be home when you first get, you know, she kind of laid it out. And I was like, she's doing so good. I would be somewhere crying when I told my kids that, you know, like, because I know what I'm about to endure. But she just was handling it.
Yeah, I
was like, she's
military training.
Right. I was like, she's a boss. So she went to have her surgery, and she had to go drop off the kids, and her dad called, which I thought was super sweet. And that was a moment, and that probably meant the world to her, for her dad to call her and talk to her. Because one, he had to wake up. Two, he was thinking about her, and he remembered that she was going to go through with the surgery that day. So I was really happy about that.
Okay, I had a question while I was watching this. Why wasn't her husband driving?
She probably needed to drive. She's think about it. Think about how we are.
Okay.
So we want to keep our minds straight. So we're going to drive to entertain our minds because we don't want to deal with it. She probably need to drive to keep from crying because she needed something to focus on.
That's true.
So I was feeling her with that driving thing. You know, I hate to drive.
I wouldn't have drove.
You know, I hate to drive. But sometimes I feel like take my mind off of it. Because in your mind, like, you had a baby. And I'm pretty sure you had a lot going on. But when you're about to get, like, cut on and organs and stuff. Well, she's not getting organs. But, you know, when you're having surgery, your mind goes in a gazillion places. Because you like, okay, what if I die? What, you know, you thinking about everything. So I'm pretty sure you were thinking about that, too.
I did.
Think about all that stuff. So you just needed somewhere to put your mind, and I'm a drive. And then the daddy took the kids in school.
See, and I would have done it the other way, so I could sit and you know, be with the kids or sit and talk to the kids, you know, kind of face to face, or turn around and you know have that interaction with them before I went under, and I would have walked them to the school.
Yeah, but you know, maybe, but you know, if she would have done all that, she might have missed the call from her dad.
What did he call? Did he call while they were walking them to the school?
He called when she was sitting in the car waiting for him to get back in the car.
Oh, okay.
Well, and so they may have had that conversation on the way to the school, you know, like, she seems like she's very open with her kids.
No, she made it seem like it was like she was going in, you know, for something she was turning around, which she was, but she played it like it was something extra minor. She didn't tell them.
Right. But she's still very open to like even talk to them. Some people don't tell their kids nothing.
No, they need to know something. You know, something is going on. Especially because in the preview, you see them, she laying in the bed and they kind of jumping all over her. Like,
them kids are active.
Yeah. I would have cussed one of them and be like, y'all don't get off of me. Because even like when my grandmother, she just had like a minor outpatient thing. And I had to tell Shady D, like, you can't be jumping on grandma because she just, you know, they done cut on her just a little bit. And it kind of scared her, but she understood why. So she was being extra gentle.
Yeah, I think she just doesn't want to concern her kids because she grew up with her mom being sick all the time. So she just didn't want to even give them that worry.
And I totally appreciate
that.
And
I have, you know, a kid that I got, well, I got to get my thoughts out. I have a child that I inherited through this beautiful thing called marriage. And if I was going to have, even at 14, if I was going to have that procedure done, I would not tell him. Because, like, when I was in the hospital in December, it was like, oh, no, she has the plague. She's going to die. Like, she's going to die. Like, I know she's going to die. She's not coming home. Like, that kind of mindset. So it depends on the kid. He's a worrywart. So, you know, you got to know your kid.
That's true. That is true.
Because they were still happy, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. So.
Yeah. What else happened? I just remember Contessa and Heavenly.
Well, Mariah and her husband and her little girl, they all went out to dinner. That was have the birds and bees talk. Which, I mean, they did it in a nice, safe space. It seemed like it was very laid back. And I liked that her husband was like, you know, where the way I grew up, like, we didn't talk about things like this. Like, you just grew up and things magically happen, you know. So I'm glad that he is, and it looked like he had a very open conversation with her. And did he tell her she can't date till she like 21?
Yeah, he told her that. But you know, that's what you always tell your daughters. You know, you always tell them, hey, you can't date. But you know they're going to date. You know they're going to have a boyfriend. But I really think she's ready to date.
I don't think she's ready to date.
I do. I think she's ready to date. She's asking a lot of, like, she has well thought out questions. Yeah. So that lets me know that she's like, okay, my friends are dating, and she's wanting to dress different. You know, she's at that.
I think she knows stage. She looks like a little girl, so she kind of want to bump it up just a notch to let people know that she is a high schooler. Give her a push-up bra and
some pads, and then, you know, some hips and a booty. You can buy that all. You can buy it all. But, you know, Mariah ain't gonna love
I know. No.
Well, you know, the little, not the surgery, but you know, them little padded things you can see at the hair store. I wouldn't do that. She's just a freshman.
Yeah, she needs
but it's a lot of pressure.
Be happy in her own skin.
And it's very hard to do that freshman in high school. Think about how hard it was for us. Then you got these girls walking around with these fake bodies, fake teeth, fake hair, fake everything. And we can't compete with them because we like natural born. Okay. I mean, you don't think so? Can you imagine?
Well, now, no.
Right. Could you imagine? They don't
even look like regular high school.
No, they look like Muppet babies.
Yeah, like we look our age.
Right. We could wear ponytails and not get talked about.
Yeah, it was a few that looked like super grown, but for the most part, everybody looked their age.
Right. It's always that real tall chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it ain't, now they all like built up like.
I know. And there's some
like video girls.
Yeah, and then I'll be looking at them like on the bus stop, and I'll be like, "Why you look like you done busted out like 3 kids? Like your body should not look like this at your age."
What you talking about? They bellies?
Yeah,
girl, that's that sugar.
All that sugar,
corn, high fructose corn syrup.
Like we don't look like that.
No, I was stout.
I mean, you were stout, but
no,
I mean,
like I didn't have no belly. I just had breast and butt.
And a booty, yep.
Right, for days. Whoo, girl, I missed that body. I got some sexy pictures at 12.
Oh, my God.
I was stout at 12. What you talking about?
I was 12 years old, looking 12 years old.
I used to put mayonnaise on my breast. You didn't never do that?
No, I did not.
Girl, I used to put mayonnaise on them, and I used to massage them. That's when I was probably lifting them up and playing with them. I was doing my little test to test my breasts, but I was putting mayonnaise on them and praying for, Lord, please let them grow. In between 8th grade and high school, because this girl at my other school the year before, her name was Latarsha, and she had like all the dudes, and I just figured I needed those breasts. Them jokers grew. They grew real good. That mayonnaise does good.
Okay.
That might be able to lift them up, girl.
No,
Go
that
put
ain't
some.
No,
you don't think that's gonna work?
No.
Okay.
Those were your genetics.
Yeah, because my mama's stout like that too.
Mm-hmm.
She got hips though. I don't have no hips.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wish I had hips.
Okay.
But anyways, we was talking about...
we was talking about Mariah and her daughter. And I like that Mariah is like, you are going to date and you just got to be on the lookout for fuck boys. That's really all you need to be on the lookout for.
Because they're going to try you.
They will.
And they just going to put your stuff on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Can you imagine being a high schooler now? I can't.
I would hate my life.
But we don't know any better.
I know.
That's
but
the thing.
I would hate my life.
Right. They, like, my little big guy, he is, like, stuck on Instagram. Like, he can't get rid of it. I'm like, dude, we're here trying to have some time together, and you're stuck on this phone. Put that phone down.
Why don't you just take it?
Well, he's growing into himself. He's always getting things taken from him. So I need him to have control over himself. So you need to know, like, to put the phone down.
Okay. How's that working for y'all?
It's working.
Okay.
If we tell him to put it down.
Okay.
But just for him to voluntarily put it down, they ain't going to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. But just to take it away, I think that's a little much. I have to go through his DMs and see what they've been talking about. Because, kids, they be talking about some...
I know.
They be in them group chats, and I'd be like, Lord, have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Little girls.
I'm so scared.
It'll be okay, because you're raising her right.
I mean, I think I am, but we just never know.
You never know, but she's covered, and you know that you will knock her down.
I will.
And she knows that you'll knock her down.
Yes.
And not only you, but I bet your husband will knock her down if she gets in trouble. And that's what's really going to put her in shape. Because you know how their relationship is like 2 peas in a pod. And your grandma, she might actually yell at her. She will probably have to be checked in somewhere because she done had a nervous breakdown because Amma done yelled at her.
That's true.
Because if she get out of line. Mm-hmm.
I know.
So.
Okay, what else? They showed...
Oh, I got a question. So, not Heavenly. Mariah's husband's not her dad, her daughter's dad, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Why you say that?
I don't think that's her daddy. Remember, that was a couple of seasons ago.
But she's young. Didn't they have the boy first?
I don't know. Because I thought she had been adopted.
No.
It's something about her getting adopted. Even on the,
I don't know who came first. If the son is first, then maybe.
But we never see the son.
They showed him on this past episode.
Where was he at?
He was sitting next to the daughter.
Girl, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
I was analyzing something else.
Because I remember her saying pretty much her and her husband got married because she got pregnant. So I assumed it was her daughter because I never
Yeah.
knew they had a son until really this episode. Because they showed the baby picture of her.
Because wasn't it something with the girls was going